Hey internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow. And honestly, in this week in Dungeon, I swear jealousy runs wild, or at least is running really strongly in this episode. Because if it's not going mad from Hermes and how he sort of feels, how that, or at least I'm getting the intention that he feels as though as that Belle is getting too much positive vibes from pretty much all the people that he's around as of late, you know, going from the girls from all of the Loki family, and also the girls of his own family, and even his friends, because I do believe that Hermes is sort of looking at it like, you are getting too much positive energy from all of these people. Let me go ahead and cause some mischief for you so that, you know, you can learn about the evil side of the world, because as far as I know, he leads him over to sort of see all of the girls naked, but give or take with that, it doesn't necessarily go the way how he wants it to, and they sort of figure him out really quickly. And also, he even goes over to these other adventurers, or at least the ones from earlier who were at the pub who was trying to get at that Ryu elf booty, and was trying to get at all the girls over at Belle's table, and they were like, you can't have it, because they can't handle it. And obviously they were right, because these fuckers over here, were doing this adventurous shit for years, and Belle has only been doing it for a little bit after he got serious about it. And then because of that, it's he grew as strong as he did. And now they're hating on him for it, with the help of Hermes, who gives that one dude whose name I don't remember. He gives him this Lucifer helmet, which turns him invisible. But because of this, though, is that he sort of gets an upper hand on Belle. But as the fight goes on with them, though, it slowly turns into this thing of Belle doesn't even with that. Belle still sort of has the ability to find you and beat the fuck out of you. You know, it's a very crazy thing. It's just even with that, it's pretty weird. And when it boils down to Hermes' reasons for doing this, again, he wants him to learn about the negative side of people and all the rest of that shit. And I'm I think Belle sort of already knows that from when he... I mean, we had that flashback from when Belle, when he didn't have a fucking family. And one of his friends actively tried to steal from him and fucking set him up, to be fucking murdered in the goddamn dungeon. So I'm pretty sure he knows the evils of people and how that can affect others and so on and so forth. I mean, we even do get a very interesting backstory about Ryu. I mean, it's off. I mean, it's not at the same thing which is going on with Hermes. We learn about her and a little bit about her past and why she's blacklisted from guilds and so on and so forth, even though she's very fucking powerful, obviously. But then it goes from that to, but then it cuts right back to the fight with Belle and everything. And also, Wealth, he loses that interesting sword of his, which that we didn't really get to see yet. Hopefully we do get to see it, or at least when he's trying to find it, or somebody, they do stumble upon it. I would actually like to see what that sword is, or at least I want to see him use it, and I want to see what its effects are. But then, you know, when Belle was going up against Mr. No Name, apparently that's when Hestia, she awakens her super god mode form, and uses and pretty much threatens the fuck out of all of the dudes there, or at least all of the evil people who are trying to stop Belle and the Takami Kazushi family, and also, you know, with all of Belle's friends essentially. And she does actually sort of help them out, scaring them all off. But at the same time, though, I sort of kind of had a negative feeling about that, because because they're not supposed to be using their divine power for, I believe, for any reason. They're not supposed to be using it to help out their adventurers, or they're not supposed to be doing that in dungeons. Hell, man, they're not even supposed to be in the fucking dungeons at this point in time. But I will fucking admit it did sort of throw me off guard, man, when fucking Skeletor from fucking He-Man just came the fuck out of nowhere and was practically listen here, I gotta clean some shit up. But honestly, we don't know what this means. This probably could be something Well, now this probably could be because of Hermes, like, involvement. It could be because somebody found out that they were in the dungeon. It could be Freya doing some crazy thing to probably test Belle again. It probably could be backlash from Hestia using her Hestia from using her like divine power. We don't necessarily know. All we know is that this is a very, very devastating thing, and hopefully that our main characters can actually survive it. So please tell me, what do you think about it down there in the comment section? I'll catch you on the next John Graves show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.